Alright, it's me, your Glasgow genuine, and Celtic Dafty. Today I'm without my hoops, but I'm still talking about Celtic. And of course, about Glasgow. So guess what? I'm after Glasgow on a Saturday. On a fucking Saturday. So I'm so buzzing. I see my nails. Prepared for Celtic celebrations. Treble party, not just that. But I'm prepared to Glasgow genuine. It's always prepared, so right. I'm pure buzzing just now. I'm so buzzing now. So, today I want to talk about two matches and to comment my matches, two articles, describe, like summarize my two articles for you. About Celtic matches report, my match reports, and then why I think Celtic deserves better protection at Ibrox. So, and then some wee bit of history of some Glasgow Parks. I'll be pure the brilliant one. So, let's start about talking about a match from 10th of May. So as you know, Celtic played with Hibernian. So it was a dazzling on 10th of May. So it was the dazzling afternoon for Celtic at Paradise. Celtic bounced back the Madison draw with the Ibrox not hammering Hibernian 3-1, man. 3-1. So the game saw the return of Celtic. Incredible goalkeeper. Schmeichel. Back after a lengthy absence due to injury, sustained at international duty. He pulled off a brilliant save, pure the brilliant man save. So I had in 20th minute of produce a couple more throughout at the game. As I said before, Schmeichel is dazzling one, like father, like son. So Cecil, another brilliant Celtic goalkeeper. Is considered himself unlucky not to play, but the manager had told him that as we play on Wednesday night, though. Rogers is showing his class as a man, so I'd say it again, judging between the days of two big talents. So the Hoops started at first half brilliantly. It was pure brilliant performance as well. With Hibs playing some fantastic football, man. But there was an overload of possession, but no breakthrough. As usual, Celtic overload of possession one. So they give Hibs their opening, but capitalising against a better maybe. But this is what happens when you don't take your chances, and that's early still within it. So the first half started a bit slowly, but Celtic dominated the opening 20 minutes. Had missed several clear chances, but Hibs punished them for it. Scored it in the 25th minute of the game, man. So after Hibs opened the scoring, it seems like that was a light fair under Celtic in the 45th minute. They leveled things up. The brilliant general winger Nicholas Kuhn, who proved his clarity throughout the match, so smashed the equaliser. What a goal, man! What a goal that was! Dazzling and pure class, man. So I admit to that here. So I started watching that big fidgety. But after Kuhn's goal, I was completely calm, man. Calm down. Less than 5 minutes later on, the Hoops took the lead. So this time Kuhn turned the provider. So that floated superb, floated over a Hibs defence. The Adam Ida slotted it on, make it 2-1. So another really excellent goal for a big lad. So the Irish forward showed his quality and reminded his critics that he's more than capable of doing big things, man. He absolutely soared. The second half followed a similar pattern. So Celtic in total control, playing aggressive, attacking football. I even said it loud. I can see that hunger in your eyes, man. I can see that, my Glasgow Lions. We scored more goals. Not long after that, I just said that in the 58th minute, that, yes, Rio Haddadi just made it 3-1. I'll have to say that his goal, best of the day. So in there, non-box the box midfield Dynamo, Haddadi showed off an intelligence, technical skill, but a sharp passing. So he was everywhere ready, a true hero of the match. So they won the Celtic play with pure confidence. So magic to watch, also magic to watch. James Forrest came on 20 minutes to go and nearly made it, but right at the end. So this is a nice superb for a Hibs keeper. You should feel the crowd of paradise, man. Tried to fill that Wednesday night. So to sum it all up, after a brilliant 3-1 victory over Hibs, the Celtic Lions, the champions, won. Now look ahead of final, like 2 matches. 14th of May. Just not talking about the 17th of May just now and 24th of May. So it's the treble match. The Aberdeen as well. So let me summarize yesterday's match with Aberdeen. So Aberdeen is a team we are going to Celtic is going to face and playing over the Scottish Cup final. So it will be a bit of the treble. So, but let me summarize a match. So, match report. So, encourages once again your Glasgow genuine and Celtic dafte. Just I encourage you to read Celtic blogger because I published my articles there. So, and match reports. So, it's fine. So let me summarize yesterday's match because that was pure dead brilliant to watch. That was something magical, beautiful to watch, man. So that was yesterday, man. Yesterday's match with Aberdeen, Celtic Aberdeen, that was a brilliant night of game away for Celtic. After that last victory over Hibs last Sunday, as I mentioned, it's the boys that hammered Aberdeen 5-1. So let me remind you that the fact that Aberdeen is the team which our Glasgow Lions, Celtic Lions, are going to face at Hampden next Saturday, fighting for historical treble. That's brilliant, isn't it? That's brilliant, isn't it, man? I have no doubts. Well, I know that Celtic is going to win the treble, but it's going to be a dazzling day, man. So Celtic shown a flashy performance last night's game. Yeah, as a result, now I think I'm a champion. So I'm so proud of Celtic boys. And again, I tell you that I want to say that seemed fantastic. Becomes a result here again, Hampden, on 24th of May. So, first half, let me tell you that. Pure brilliant performance, as usual. First half started with Celtic Lions pushing so hard to score a goal, man. Let me tell you here that highlight that brilliant performance of the boys now. That's because for the very first minute of the game, the pure hunger to score goals, man, was so visible. I knew that our Celtic champions would make it happen. To continue, first half remained goals up to 31st minute, when Mike Nawrocki, Celtic's fresh young talent, scored his first goal that season and made it 1-0 with the Hoops. Let me tell you a bit about Nawrocki because he's a centre back for Celtic, is known for his very strong passing, tackling a ball interception, that skills with Mark Nawrocki is also known for his strong defensive actions, noted for his composure and of course decision making. So immediately after the start of the game, when none of the Aberdeen supporters required medical attention, so our arrival secured an equaliser thanks to Kevin Nisbet, who had the ball past himself in the score 1-1. To continue on, no one after Mike Nawrocki's goal in extra time, 45th plus 8th minute of the game, goal for the rivals. Young followed him, scored a dozen goals this season and made it 2-1. For Celtic, leaving the boys as leaders after first half. So let me tell you that about Young. Young is a Celtic winger known for his direct and skillful dribbling. He also has that base of strength for the physical battles. As mayor, he also became mentally stronger, work on his weaknesses. So second half was very similar to the first one. As Celtic shown a flashy performance, man, yet again. So I scored 3 more goals. As I mentioned a couple of my last articles, Celtic scores the first goal. When Celtic scores the first goal, that pushes them to go for more. The hunger is growing. That could see that fruit that yesterday's game. So to continue, so not long after the beginning of the second half in 48th minute, Celtic increased their advantage. James Forrest set up chance for Luke McGowan, expertly struck into the box and made it 3-1 for hoops. A bit about Luke McGowan here. So he's left-footed, versatile Celtic midfielder known with strong passing through balls. Key passes. Luke is also known for his ability to play across the midfield, and a winger has even more pivotal. As a fact of playing for Celtic because he loves the club. He joined Celtic because he loves the club. He's been a long fan of his childhood. Long-term fan of Celtic. To continue, straight after McGowan going 53rd minute of the game, Johnny Kenny, fresh blood for Celtic, Youngstown, scored a Radiant goal. Man. So I made it 4-1. The Celtic Lions, I mentioned that as about Kenny. So Celtic center forward is also known for his passion and zest for the game. And I was there well back fading, not a back on it. So I have to praise Celtic Lions for reading performance again. That's because I remained a leading possession of that very much, the very end of the game match. So I think a lot is like the boys didn't doubt in themselves and shown how to play football, not just in Glasgow, Celtic way, but also like real champions. So second half continued, it goes brilliantly, scored by Celtic. And after Kenny's goal, he had to do 5th goal. He had to wait for a 5th goal up to 90 plus 4 minutes in extra time, the end of the second half, the end of the match. I have to tell you that I thought that's the end of goals. It remains 4-1, but here we go. Here we have at the very end, fantastic in the media, come out from the shadow and scored one. And that was unexpected, world-class goal. As the game approached the last 10 minutes, now opportunities kept arising for Celtic, the Adam Ida and Jeffrey Sharp both. Unfortunate to find that they didn't attempts from within the box. Hatate got injured after a poor tackle, the Aberdeen's player. And so it's another concern for Celtic's gaffer, Brendan Rodgers, as Jota is out for up to 8 months, but on the treble game is looming on the horizon. But let's hope that Hatate's injury is not that serious as it looks like. So, as I mentioned earlier, that a very entertaining game, Dublin. Adam Ida made it 5-1. For Celtic, scoring world-class goal. The Celtic champions preparing now for their next match on Saturday with St Mirren at Celtic Park. I can't wait for that because I'll be there. I'll be a part of it, man. I'll be at Paradise watching that game, St Mirren. So this Saturday. But it looks up to me. I have to. I'm coming down when it comes to the cup final because we Aberdeen. Because watching yesterday's match, Celtic hammering Aberdeen away. That made me optimistic. That I know that Celtic wins the treble. I know that. 24th of May, Celtic wins that. Hammer the Aberdeen like straight away, man. And the treble will be ours. Can't wait for that. So fingers crossed. It was always for Celtic, and I can't wait, man, to be there in Glasgow celebrating with my whole Celtic team. So. I just wanted to, if you didn't read my article about Sevco zombies behavior, how they treat us. If you haven't read my article yet, enough is enough. Celtic deserves better protection at Ibrox. So read it, please. I added the article on 18th of May. So it was last Friday, or Thursday. Thursday. So if you haven't read it yet, just read it, please. It's pure the brown, man. So I just know what I think already. Now, I want to move on to some of the Glasgow Parks, best known Glasgow Parks, and my favourite ones. So I want to mention a wee bit your Glasgow genuine. So we traffic on it, of course. So, as you know, Pollock Park, Pewdie Park, situated in the south side of Glasgow, and there are hundreds of curious stuff there to see, admire, and dive into the nature and the, like, far away, be far away from the city centre, and just dive into the lush green and magical vibes. Alright, so Barrow's collection, let's start with that. According to the Barrow's specific wishes, that was how the people could appreciate the art of countryside, man. So after many years of searching for a suitable site, the opening of museum at Pollock Park, Country Park, around 1983, was received much critical, but in the public acclaim. But this magnificent collection and its purpose, surrounded by beautiful parkland, is ranked amongst the most significant civic museum collections in the UK, so comparable to the National Gallery. The Barrows has been revitalised for years. The people of Glasgow researched the site. So Pollock House is also situated in Pollock Park, hidden behind the trees and a lush green, so some shrubs and that. But this graceful home is now open to the public. So I'll come in to find out that there's about alive some Maxwell's family who, with their many servants, lived on this land, like over 700 years. Pollock House, a bit of history here. So Pollock House was completed in 1752. So it extended in 1908. But Dame Anne Maxwell MacDonald gifted the house in the park to the people of Glasgow around 1966. So officially, that it was opened around 1966. So National Trust for Scotland was founded in a smoking room, the Pollock House one, around 1735. So 1935 too, sorry. The trust was therefore proud to make over arrangement management property 1988. So alright. This can see also the Highland Cattle, Pollock Park. This is the highlight of seeing Pollock Park being away the out the city centre. So it's worked for many in Scotland. It's most well. If you find Scotland in Glasgow, you don't need to travel anywhere else, man. Real Scotland is in Glasgow. Trust me, man. Real Scotland is not. They love Glasgow. Trust me. Trust my word. I'm your Glasgow genuine. So trust my word. Right? It has most well-known national animal, Highland cow. I thought about 50 Highland cows though, yeah, man. Yeah, around about, get James out there. Fluffy springtime. Calves is a must, man. So, let me move on to next park. My favourite one as well. So it's the of course it's the Glasgow Park. Established around 1852, but Glasgow City Council. That was one of the many Victorian parks. So creating a response to rapid urban growth. The park's name comes from Glasgow Estate, which was a part of the land purchased to create the park. So Glasgow Mansion, this neoclassical building on the banks of the River Kelvin, which flows through the park. And the centerpiece of the estate. So that's park initial. Early years of the park, so it's 1852. Park was designed and developed, become popular recreational space, size mainstream. So, around 1852, 1880s, the park was designed and developed to become popular recreational space for city residents. Around 1888, the first great universal exhibition held in Glasgow had the profits went towards funding a new art gallery and museum, hence Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum opened around 1901. So it's the oldest art gallery in Glasgow, as I mentioned in one of my videos, also a couple of my videos, so check it out. Around 1902, the art gallery became Glasgow Civic Art Gallery Museum. Around 1916, the Aquarium statue of Frederick Robert was created in Glasgow Park. So it was around 1999, the Bastel and Buds Park closed due to need repairs surrounding a fair deteriorated one. 2005, the Opera Still skating area was replaced by a new park. So great. Let's just say that. So, next one. I've never seen Elaine Park, but I'm going to be there. But I had a wee bit of history. So, the Elaine Park is situated in the south side of Glasgow. It's in the, to be more precise, man, in Castlemilk area of Glasgow, so south side, man. So, the first development of the as I said, Elaine Park is began with the changes that changes that lands in the 1650s. So the water mineral resources and began to exploit it in more organized fashion again. The lands of value. So over let's say that about farming, but the land making the park moved back, but far between the leading estates around it, and then between the owners of the member kind of interests in growing the city of Glasgow and the overseas colonies, man. So the initial trigger was the erections of new state that way the area, man. So that was the organizers of them were Maxwell's Bogdan estate covered much of the Cathcart. So we say the river cards for Cathcart up to Netherley, so that they forever across the Braid Bar, merely. Although there is in Bogdan at Castle, there is a married station. So when John Maxwell Bogdan died in 1683, his lands passed on his sons. The youngest son got the portion around that what would become the entry Elaine Park, Netherley. So almost a Cathcart cemetery. So middle son James was a more ambitious one. So how has this happened? He took the southern part of Bogdan, including the woodland called William Wood. I stopped to be at Netherley. James began developing the area. A new estate. Right, let's move on to another park, which is Bellahouston Park. As I said, Bellahouston Park is acquired the city of Glasgow City Council, 1885. It's situated in the south side of Glasgow as well. To get there, you have to go out that fucking Ibrox station. So it gives me thrills down my spine, man. Seriously, even thinking about it, I can't just think properly about it. So but it's purely brilliant park, as your Glasgow Genuine tell you. So main part of Bellahouston Park, 3 years later, when the community golf course was established at Bellahouston following the success course Alexander Park. So the park was extended around 1901, but additional park done break. That's purchased in the sum over £3,000 by Sir John Maxwell. In 1938, the famous Empire exhibition was held at the park. In 1986, Chaz Rennie Mackintosh, who's for art lovers, was completed. The original drawings 1901, so several contemporary scena of the excellence for visual arts. So in 1982, there was a venue visit with His Holiness Pope John Paul II. So the news appeared around park. If you want to just have a wee day out, you can also nip into the park. Victoria Park. Now, I want to probably use no Glasgow Green. So Glasgow Green is a smashing park, pure brown park. So as you know, Glasgow Green was a green space, not exactly park, but it was a green space. Gifted to the people, to the people of Glasgow around 1450s, but the King of Scotland, James II, is a land to dear, is a gift to dear green place to the people of Glasgow. So 1450s, so Glasgow Green remains the oldest park in Glasgow. So believe it or not, but Glasgow Green was once place of the public executions. As you remember, this public execution took place at Merchant City at Tolbooth and Staple, but from 1626 up to 1788 up to 1814. After 1814, public executions on the gallows moved to Glasgow Green. So for 1814, executions on the gallows were held at the Glasgow Green, because also a court and the prison moved there. The St. Enoch and Salt Market Court, facing Glasgow Green. So now Victoria Park, opened by Lord Provost Andrew Maclean on July 1887 to mark Jubilee of Queens. Victoria, the Queen, gave her consent a park being named in her honour. The constructions carried out 2 years. I think about shipyard during a time of a depression. Then Jubilee Gates, and for the park opening, Ladies Patrick bar a raise of funding to £200 for a still the Jubilee Gates, man, Savage, were originally a Balf Grey Avenue. This had to your Glasgow genuine tell you. So it's not to the Victoria Park, nor the entrance. So that it'll be an approach road Clyde Tunnel, and the expressway were built in the 1860s. So the gates were constructed by Marusberra, Buffer Lane, and Coassa Crossing Works in Postal Park. So and enable horse-drawn carriages to enter a park. World famous architect William Laper was consulted about their design, and is known to submit the design. It can be certain, but also the clock. Victoria Park clock is well crafted, a rare example of the four-face freestanding public clock. The clock is adjacent and is small man. Duck Point, and donated 1888 by Mr. Gordon Oswald. I'm known locally as a clock that was constructed by Messrs. Alexander Son, a great sailor. Cenotaph, Magnificent Patrick, and the 8-inch War Memorial was erected around 1922. So, but to commemorate all those who lost their lives and in the World War I, a monument back sculpture. Francis William Dow Jones consistent bronze figure utspread. Lying standing on a globe, on every breath, with both hands. Fundamental benchmark. And the Daphne Memorial, founded in 1883, launched at Govan Shipyard. Alright, my beloved park is, of course, green space, man. Green space, but it's, of course, botanic gardens. In botanic gardens there are hundreds of gems hidden. But let's start with botanic gardens as a park, as a green space. Was established around 1884. But there's a station, of course, train station hidden there. There was once a station founded as well in 1884. But it was burned down around in 1871. So that was a great step. Glasgow Main Line station, a platform as well. As you can see that, old platforms, if you look down between trees, so in between those trees. So as you remember, for sure, Glaswegians, that there was as well a tram station, that iconic gates, to Botanic Gardens were preserved, but that station is no longer with us as well, the tram station as well. The Botanic Garden station as well. The trams was founded around 1894, but it's no longer with us. Then hidden in Pollock Park is Kibbles Palace and the Botanic Gardens complex. The Botanic Gardens complex was created by Joseph Paxton around 1842. Around 1817. Botanic Gardens complex was situated at west end of Solihull Street. Then moved to the Botanic Gardens green space, so that park, right? Around 1842. Kibbles Palace was created around 1873, but Peter brilliant dazzling botanics for Glasgow Uni, so it's almost ferns, there's pure rust in there. So if you go there, just off everything. Even just go there naked, so that would be great, man. So also, that's why Botanic Gardens are hidden, are pure magical, because when you just go down, we went down the road, it's complete silence, man, but it's hidden deeply in a lush green. You can find Kelvin walkway, pure brown, man, with romantic bridges and atmosphere. You feel like away the city centre, away from Glasgow's Great Western Road, because it's just hidden just down the Great Western Road, so it's a wee bit away. So it's Kelvin walkway, man. Truly recommended to use. So I'll be in Glasgow very soon. So here's your Glasgow genuine. Want to tell you that my next videos through the next 2 weeks will be recorded especially for use with Glasgow. I'm going to record my lives and videos talking about Glasgow's history, showing you around Glasgow. So, and plus, it will be something, a surprise. I think I mentioned that. I'm going to start my podcast, chatting with Glaswegians, talking about their memories growing up in Glasgow. So that'll be pure the Brilliant Man project, Sons of Glasgow project, Alright, so be ready for that. See yous. Your Glasgow genuine and Celtic daft too. Say hello to yous. And alright. Next right is for Glasgow, right? So, mwah.